I gotta fix this somehow. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I'll hit the intro and it plays a minute later. It's like it literally takes a minute to start the intro. It's crazy. Like, yeah, guys. I think I'm just gonna bypass the intro tonight. I usually play it, but like honestly, like I'm so sick of it. This StreamYard and like it messing with me. Honestly, I really am. But anyway, I guess tonight we're going to be doing rune readings. We're going to be doing DNA. Jay's going to be talking about DNA upgrades and shadow work with the amazing Jay Skyrunner. Jay Skyrunner is a multidimensional energy healer, astral traveler, and remote viewer with extraordinary experiences of alien contact and memories of alternate timelines. After years of practicing Qi Gong and advanced energy healing, Jay channels cutting-edge information on real healing, DNA upgrades, and soul shard reintegration, unlocking the full potential of the DNA skin suit across the multiverse. His work bridges the dark and light forces, activating source codes and guiding others to the sacred neutral point of the view of the Akashic Records. Jay brings forth a powerful blend of ancient wisdom and futuristic insight into personal transformation. In this episode, Jay Skyrunner will join me, Rob, for an interactive and transformative evening. He will share his work on DNA upgrades, energy healing, and shadow integration, exploring how we can all access our full potential and multidimensional memory. And tonight we'll be doing live rune readings for you guys. We'll be talking about the 5 elements, shadow work, accessing the Akashic Records, and reclaiming soul shards, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And with all that said, I'd like to give him a big warm welcome back to the show. Jay, thanks so much for coming back on, man. How are you?
I'm good, Rob. How are you?
I'm pretty good for the most part. I mean, I can't complain, right?
Yeah, I just been tired lately. Been doing some new houses and sanding drywall and climbing 3 sets of staging and.
Holy shit, man! That's hardcore stuff,
But it's funny because you see the young lads on jobs they can't work, and I'm gonna be 50 this year, and I'm like, these guys can't even climb.
Yeah, but you stay in shape, right? That's cool, man. That's awesome. Like, I mean, it's cool that you're still able to be like really. And do you think it's from the Qi Gong?
It's that too. Like, I fall off the path myself, right? I'm always preaching on here to do the self work every day, but it is that because I'll get myself back, right? Like back in shape. I'll fall off the wagon, eat bad, drink some beer more than I should, and not go to the gym and stuff. But
yeah,
I always go back to it. But lately, I've been trying to do it every day and putting videos out every day for people to learn for free on my YouTube channel. We'll get into that. Why it helps? Like our energy gets run down, right? So our body wattage goes down. That's why a lot of us are aging and getting sick because our body wattage is down.
Yeah.
And a lot of us skip the self-work. Like we want to learn about spiritual things and aliens and SSP and the programs. A lot of people are focusing on trauma-based and targeting and just studying different versions and arguing of ancient history and stuff like that. But that doesn't really help us, right? Because we are here in this, I call it in this flesh DNA skin suit. We're not just, I always preach like on your last show, but some people here might not have seen it. Like we're not just poor, weak humans. We're actually very powerful. We can activate ourselves, but you got to do the self-work, right? Like, there's things that we got to do each day,
exactly.
even if it's just breathing, right? Like slow breathing, we're increasing our oxygen, alkaline in the body. It's just as important as doing Qigong or anything is just going out in the woods and sitting on a log and doing deep breathing because it releases, brings down our oxidative stress. That's why I say doing this stuff is anti-aging, right? Because we just live in fight or flight mode every day, just trying to get through our day of work and the busy hustle and bustle. So
can I say something, Jay? I just want to say, I just want to say, I've known you for 3 years now. I think I've known you for 3 years. I think I've known you since 2022, which is crazy. Like we've never met in person, but I've known you for we've been doing podcasts for about 3 years. Honestly, I think it's at least 2022. I think that's how far it goes back. But like within that time, I've always seen you walk the path. You always stay true to your game. Like you always walk the path of like the shaman, if you could say, or like the seeker. The seeker that's a shaman. And you've always been like highly spiritually evolved ever since I've known you. I just wanted to tell you that. That's kind of what I've noticed. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm always seeking. I'm trying to, but my goal is I want people to learn to do this all for themselves. Like, it's not like I did Qi Gong, and Qi Gong's powerful, same as Reiki. Like, they're all, I call them all first level magic within this realm. They all serve its purpose. But we got to go beyond that, right?
Yeah.
To make it our own. Like, you know, I took Reiki too, and I got friends that do it. I'm not saying anything bad, but you're giving your power away to an outside force by using that as a modality. It's still good. Like, I still do traditional Qigong, but I was like channeling messages through automatic writing and like dreamtime memories of the astral realm, of learning from other beings of how we are supposed to do this as the I am presence. Like, we have the power within to access higher realms of healing and spiritual evolution and DNA upgrade, but it's all within, because we all carry the source codes. Like, we are the primordial gods above the archons and the archangels. You know what I mean? That's why we're so important in this game. That's why it ties into a lot of things. It ain't just healing. Like, it teaches us why we're so important. Like, we've been, whether it was on Earth or other incarnations, here for, I'll just say, billions and billions of years, even though there ain't no time. Like, we're always looking for an outside force as a savior, right? Or gods or ETs, or arguing who's the real god or who's not. Like, but you know, like to say archons, Anunnaki, I don't know who they are. Like, I go to different levels of astral realms where the Anunnaki are there, archons, archangels, Pleiadians. To me, they're all a part of this network that's on that next couple levels of the astral. And I don't really know who's and who, so I don't want to put any belief system into who's good or bad. But in the grand scheme of things, it don't matter, because, you know, like the demiurge want to keep us down as us praying to them as gods. They don't want us to awaken that we are from the plethora. We are our higher selves from the aeons, right? Like, if we can connect that we are the I am, like, what's the word of God is I am. If we are the I am of the primordial gods of the plethora, realizing that we're powerful and we're doing the self work, you know, we can start bringing source codes back to us. And when we activate our own source codes, we can start accessing the Akashic Records and our own remembering, and, you know, kind of step away from having to have people access it for you. Like, so, you know, I don't think we should be out, you know, I find people are always paying for readings all the time, like constantly, right? But they could, which is good.
Yeah.
But they could start working on themselves so you can get your own remembering, right? Because a lot of times when we're doing the psychic work, like, we don't know what guides we're accessing. Like, most people are saying, I want to channel Archangel Michael or an alien, but we're bypassing the local guide that's with us. You know what I mean? We're always trying to look for something further away instead of the local guide that's right there that we can have access to work with every day.
Oh.
But that, I'm trying to read the chat at the same time. But that goes back into doing the work. Like we're here as boots on the ground, as earth dwellers, but we also acknowledge that we are celestial beings of the cosmos, like bringing heaven to earth, right?
Well, I was going to ask you, Jay, was like, what was the turning point for you when you realized you could access alternate timelines and alternate dimensions, and like you weren't like other people, that like you had like a special ability? And I know you said we all can do it, but like not everybody can do it, you know. And you're able to kind of transverse dimensions and timelines and stuff. Like, when did that all start for you? Like, when did, you know what I mean?
Well, I always had out of bodies and sleep paralysis. I would never know what the hell it was when I was younger, right? But
yeah.
But I always had out of bodies and travel in dreamtime realities. But I'm not really like a spiritual person. And on some of my remembering of travel in the astral realms, is they don't like that word spiritual. We use it here as saying you're spiritual, but over there it's more real than here. They don't like that term. But it weren't until, well, really, like, I had a pretty crazy life of just playing in music and partying and stuff, right? Like I said before in the other show, it was after my father died, I got his Qi Gong courses and started doing it. It was just the first time I tried to get through one of the Qi Gong meditations, I become clairaudient. I couldn't get through it. And I have a whole book of channelings from 2011, and it's all about now time. So it was when I started explaining, like, I started getting messages on my own healing, like how it's visualization with your imagination, which is I Magic Nation, because we're magical beings. And I don't like to go on beings, right? When I first started channeling, it was Pleiadians, Arcturians. I'm not even sure so on who they are. So I just kind of step away from that and just take it as information, not really try to figure out who it's coming from. So I've been developing my own way to do it, so it makes it easy. Like, people get mixed up; they don't know what I do because I say Qi Gong, right? Qi Gong just means energy work, but you'll think if you go on YouTube, there's thousands of videos of like the monks doing stuff, and it's long forms, and it's really like traditional Qi Gong is really good. It hits the energy centers, works on meridians and your organ system and lights and colors, and but the information I'm getting is how to go beyond that, where anyone can learn it sitting right here in this chair without having to do too much. You know, standing up, sitting down, or lying down, how to access their own consciousness of with the visualization, right? Match it with breath work and what they're visualizing. They're doing magic, like you're creating. It's like your last show, that girl was good, but I commented in the chat, you know, people were saying the same thing, like how our cells listen, they're programmable, right? So
Yeah.
I got a lot of videos on my YouTube channel about what I do if anyone wants to check them out. But I've been putting free videos up every morning, like access like some of my stuff, and I go back to the Qigong stuff that I did over the last 20 years on there too, just so people have access to it. I'll get on to something else in a minute, but the reason why I think it's so important, because we're, like I said, we're learning how to visualize using our imagination, and we got to focus on the body too. If we're using our mind and connecting to the astral realms, we're connecting, realizing that we are a celestial higher being, right? But then when we activate our energy centers, we're realizing we're here as earth dwellers, as boots on the ground here in these times. So when we're running around low on energy, our body wattage goes down, our chi energy is running out. We start getting sick, cancers, and stuff like that, right? So if you're doing breathing or qigong or whatever kind of energy work you do, if you're doing it every day and focusing on yourself, you're going to raise your body wattage up. You know, once you're above 50%, we start getting healthier, but we want to fill ourselves up with our body wattage, right? And the more chi that we develop in behind our solar plexus, once that's full, we start storing that energy in behind the solar plexus. I call it the guardian chi. So if we ever run out, we have another reserve with us, and we use that energy to heal others if we want to. And I do little things where I test it. Like I'll rub my hands together, rub the ends of my meridians, my fingernails, hold my hands open. If I don't feel any tingling or anything, I know my chi energy is low, so I'll start doing some energy work every day until I can, do this. This is a little test I tell people here can do it if they want to. Just rub your hands together, rub the end of your fingernails, open your fingers. Like I'm feeling it now because I'm talking with you guys and everyone in the chat. So you can kind of test your chi energy.
I have a lot of chi in my hands. I can feel. I don't know what to do with it, but I have a lot of chi. Like I feel like I have magic in my palms. Like you know what I mean. But I just don't know how to.
Yeah. So the more work you do, the more vibration you can get to a point where you can rub your hands together and rub the ends of your fingernails, and your hands really vibrate, and you can just touch someone if they had a bad shoulder, and it will heal their shoulder, and they can feel that vibration in them too. So the healing process can be that simple. So what it is, like the message I'm getting is like it's so simple for us to do. It's so simple. I got a playlist on here. Like I can't even give it away, because people are so into more of the. It's got to seem more mystical, and I find, but we just got to realize that it's very simple, and we are all that. Like I'm just trying to read the chat at the same time. I can't. It's not showing up on my phone, so I got to look at the computer. So yeah, like when we do the work, like we're, we got our chakras, right, and our kidney, our organ systems can get run down. I got to move on. I think I talked about a lot of this last time. Like, our heart can take kidney energy, then our kidneys can take energy from our liver, then we can get a liver disease because it's disharmony with the kingdom, right? Because we are the kingdom of God. So if we keep our organ systems working properly, the energy is going to flow good because our organs are portals. Like our spleen and gallbladder are portals to the astral realm. So if we have a good, everything's in good working order, we can start accessing the astral realms when we go to sleep or in meditation. I can only do it when I sleep. Like as soon as I shut my eyes, it's not just astral travel. I'm doing a lot of different timeline stuff. Sometimes I'll see possible future events. Oh, advice for unblocking chakras. Actually, I got videos about that. Because what I do a thing where it's only one movement with visualization. You're unblocking your chakras, you're powering your chakras, you're removing negative entities, etheric chips and seals, and negative energies within the body and your quantum realm. You do it all in one. Like, it's on my YouTube channel called, I got it on there, called The Wheel of Light. But a lot of times, like, I've been working with sun energy, right? Solar flares. Because when we get a solar flare, people try to, I call it, spiritualize on their pain. They'll start saying, I feel off, I don't feel good, and it's like, oh my God, the solar flare. It does do that, but we got to go out in the sun when we have solar flares and accept that energy, because what it's doing is reminding us. It hits our body and knocks us outside of our dreaming body, and that's why we feel off. It was basically a reminder that we have, like, we can access our dreaming body in the waking state instead of having to go to sleep and have other bodies and astral travel. It's like connecting to dream time.
Yeah.
I call it dream time societies, because sometimes when I go out of body, I'm in my room, right? And other times I'm on different planes of existence where there's archonic beings, Anunnaki, Pleiadians, and we're in a human universe, like all anything good. Like, we are humans. Like, we have different versions of ourselves. We have us here. We have our angel self. We have our archangel self. Then we have the seraphim self, all the way up to the primordial gods, right? And they're all human in nature. Like, we're made the same as us. Then we have other societies where it's like demons. Then no one really talks about it, but I was getting the word archdemon, right? And these are this kind of goes to I was getting messages last night about Ahriman, the rise of Ahriman. It has something to do with AI, and they call it Ahrimanic spirits, and they can play different entities as like mantids and reptilians that's non-human, that don't really belong in this universe, that are trying to control us, right? Because we're the ones that we hold all the realms together as within the human body, and they know that. You know, a lot of people talk about this, like, they're not creator gods, we are, so they use predictive program and whatnot for us to create for them. But we can break that, right? If we all start to learn our true power and become, I call it, the ultimate human 2.0 blueprint of the soul, the ultimate skin suit technology of the multiverse, of what we are. Like, because we can, I mean, if we start working, it seems like it's far-fetched, but just feeling the power of your chi and getting full up and healing, then realizing that you can use this to access higher realms of consciousness by doing the work, self-work every day. It's, to me, that's more important than just studying ancient history and try to figure out who's who, because we don't know, right? Because you could have memories of an ancient history that would be true to you, but not to me, because I was born a past life in a different timeline, right? So we could argue on who's God's who or what was going on. And I find that's going on in the community a lot. But
can I tell you something I learned recently? I didn't even realize I could do this. I was with a girl recently. We were hanging out, and I was like close to her, and I was able to push my energy onto. I was able to like transmute my energy onto her. Like, I'm able to like push out my energy, like, and she's able to feel it. You know what I mean? And like, it's crazy. Like, I'm actually able to like manipulate my energy now. Like, which I never thought I'd be able to do. But she said I was absolutely doing it. Like, all I do is just focus in my head, and I start to like try to like think of like a loving feeling and healing and stuff, and then I just send it, and it just goes. And like, I'm able to do it close up. I'm not sure if I can do it from distance, but I know I can do it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do it distantly.
Wow.
Distant,
like, is it just
distant? Yeah, distant healing is pretty cool. It works almost better than in person, right? So when I was talking about, we don't talk about archdemons, right? But even just say Anunnaki, archons, and like the demons, they're all still a part of creation. Like, demons ain't necessarily bad. This ain't technically shadow work. This is kind of working with maybe the shadow realms, the dark realms. But you know how everyone that gets spiritual just try to be all love and light, right? And that's not really the way. It's a balance of both, because we harness the dark and the light. So if anyone here in this chat, they can let me know, or you, did you ever get like mad, but it was justified, but you're so mad that you wanted to break things, you tell people off, and you feel fucking powerful and you feel good?
Yeah. I just wanted to tell you, it was Nicole. I just say it. It was Nicole who I was with. Like, I don't know why I keep it a secret, but she told me, she said here what I was doing is she says I was projecting my prefrontal cortex. That's what she says I was doing.
Right.
I put it up. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. It's like.
Oh, no, that's cool. No, I was saying, if you ever got mad and you like broke stuff or told someone off and you're just like, ah, but you actually feel good about it, you get that feeling of power. It's kind of like our demon side, right? But what we're doing, we're accessing the fire, right? The fire within, but makes us that way. So if everything ain't always love and light and spiritual, if you look deep inside the darkness, that's where the light shines brightest.
Yeah. That's
what I mean? So if we go into the darkness, shadow self of ourselves, and combine the two, then that's where our light shines brightest. Instead of just trying to be all love and light and spiritual, we got to harness both energies, because everything is a construct.
It's like the yin and yang duality, right?
Yeah. So that's why shadow work is important, right?
Yeah.
And once I started realizing all this stuff, like a lot of people in your show are getting targeting or entity attachments. Like I stopped all that. Like I can't. None of those can. I can't get none of those attacks no more. Like I was getting them to the point where I'd get out of bed and I'd be on the first level of the astral, and I would have a being like put me in a chokehold and jump on me in bed, and get scratches on my legs, and I started like shooting lasers out of my eyes and fighting these off. Then just kind of embracing it. I almost enjoyed it. Then they're like, okay, we can't fuck with that guy no more. Like, you don't give a shit, But a lot of people, it's almost like they like the targeting, so they bring it upon themselves. And I worked with people where I got rid of entities, but you can't do it always for people, because some people will allow them back in no matter what you do. They have to do it themselves.
Yeah.
In the same as within my course and the stuff I teach, like people are talking about getting their soul shards back, right? Because we've been wrongfully incarnated into the wrong soul families for thousands and thousands of years, right? So that breaks pieces of our soul shards off because we're not being born into the same soul family. Like our bloodlines change. We're not original bloodline. Like some people will claim to be a certain bloodline, but that's only in the flesh, because the soul comes in here, it was wrongfully incarnated into those families. And I just don't want people out there, paying hundreds of dollars all the time for sessions to say they want to get the soul shards back when they can do it themselves. And the message I got for it was, I might have told you this before, but maybe new people in the chat, is that, how people don't look at each other on the street. Everyone's like, don't talk to each other no more since, 2020. But
yeah,
every person you meet is sacred, because we all probably met at some point over all the different timelines or past lives, however you want to put it. So if you're walking down the street, if you see somebody, like my cousin told me today, he goes, holy crap, he goes, you talk to everybody. He don't want to talk to anybody. But the more you talk to people, the more you smile, that's an energy exchange with that person that you might have had even a relationship in a past life of some sort. So you're automatically bringing your soul shards back. That's like breaking the code. Because there's soul shards from different soul families, from wrongfully incarnated. That could be the person down the street that told you off, but you just smiled at them and try to help them have a good day. Then you're activating, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but you're activating, bringing those soul shards back just from that process.
This is what people pay to get soul retrieval, right? Like when people go get soul retrieval done, like from a worker, from an energy worker, right?
Yeah, but you can do it yourself, like just with that process alone.
Yeah. That's fascinating, man. That's amazing. Like, holy shit. Yeah. This is all good, really good stuff tonight, Jay. Let me see if I have any questions on that. Shadow work and integration. I do have a bunch of questions. All right. When working with shadow aspects, how do you help people face their darker energies without fear?
Without fear?
Yeah.
That's crazy, because I wrote something down about that today. Let me see if I can find it. Because I do automatic writing, right? So I'll just randomly write stuff. Okay, about shadow work and the fear and the darkness is it's here's what I wrote today was in my book here is be on the plan of no plan. Break the fear, break the frequency of lower creation. If that kind of makes sense to the question or not.
Yeah.
Because you're talking, what you're saying, the person was like being fearful or whatever of it. I think you just
No, I
basically
said
take yourself.
Yeah, like how do we integrate the darker energies? You know.
Oh, to integrate it. I just accept the darker part of myself. Like you can say, because we are the archangels, are they're just different planes of existence of us, really. Like as it goes up the levels and down into demonology, right? So you can accept like the demon in you. I accept the angel in me. I accept the demon in me. Where the dual split, angel demon blood. You just, I don't know. To me, it's just like I accept the darker part. I'll go into the darkness, the void of no time, space time, and I find that connecting with the element of fire helps with that. When we work with the fire element.
Nice.
I'll talk about the elements a little bit.
Hell yeah!
I kind of get on a tangent. I don't know whatever I'm going to talk about. I always get on a tangent and just spiel because I don't know what I'm going to talk about ever. Like I don't really study things, but if information comes in about Akashic Records or any galactic history, I got to say it because it comes to me at the same point of view. But what I call it is, I don't really do readings for people that much, but I call it like I'm accessing the Akashic Record in the sacred neutral point of view. It's like I'm looking from the outside in, so I'm not getting any influences or entities kind of feeding me any false information. But it's what the people want. Like a lot of people want readings, and they basically want the person to tell them things about themselves that they already know. Then they can say, "Oh my God, that guy was good. He just told me things about me." Like I wouldn't do that if I wanted to know something about you. I would just ask you, instead of trying to do a reading and tell you things about yourself that you already know, because that's the path of least resistance, just for you to tell me. So the reason I don't do readings much because I don't know what people want, right? Like I could pick up on something. I might not tell them that they're gonna have abundance, but I could pick up on a lifetime in Atlantis or any kind of ET experiences they may have. Just it's whatever comes in, right? So that's kind of how I do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the elements. I'll go through the elements really quick because I don't know if anyone wants any green readings done. I wrote them down so I could do it without rambling too much. So the elements in Qi Gong is different, and I do them once, and I got them on my YouTube channel. But on my healing program, I work with earth, water, air, fire, and spirit ether. So earth, that goes back to being boots on the ground, grounding, right? Because earth represents stability, groundness, the physical world. Grounds us here as boots on the ground, stillness of nature where everything is slowed down. Because what we're doing, like in the work I do, I got one movement called Harmonic Universe #1. So when we're working with the earth element, we're working with Harmonic Universe #1, the first dimensions for frequencies 1 to 3 with our lower chakras. Because a lot of people want it, all they think about is ascending, right? But not harnessing the power that we have here. Okay, and I'm going to go back to this. I don't know if we're in a simulation or a realm, under a firmament or a dome. Like, I don't know. Like, we don't really know, right? That doesn't really matter. But we are in some sort of a copy of base reality, I know, at some source. And we're real. It doesn't mean it's fake. It's very real here. So I'm thinking of any of the beings, whether it was archonic or not, that did the digital copy that we're kind of enslaved in, that we're here to break through it. They had to take real elements from base reality to create this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we have earth, water, air, fire, and spirit ether here, and that was taken from base reality to construct this realm or simulation that we're in. So that's very real. But we shouldn't be ignoring those. We should be mastering those. That's why they have movies like the Avatar and stuff out there. You know how movies hide, in plain sight. So now we got water, right? And water symbolizes flow, emotion, flexibility. It's soft, relaxing, but water can crash, like Bruce Lee said. But water stores consciousness, right? We all know that. Like a lot of you guys talk about that on your show. So water stores consciousness and programmable. So we want to have, and we're made of 90% water. And I do yin yang water, right? Where I do half boiled, half half cold water, and I can just put my hand over the water, and I send the healing message to my water, whatever it is I want, because I'm programming the water, right? Because water is programmable. Then then you drink water, so that's another easy technique that people can use. And I don't want to get anything too negative here, I guess. So, well, what they want to do with our bodies, dump it, liquefy us and dump us into the water supply is what the government's planning on doing, because they want to bring more death to the consciousness, right?
Yeah.
So then we got air. Air is associated with movement, inspiration, and change. Air gives life. It can be nice, warm, relaxing, cool breeze feeling, but also air has power. We can use that to be strong like a tornado or a hurricane, right? And can destroy. So there's always good and bad on everything, right? So you get the yin and yang, light and dark, shadow work. Even in the elements, there's two aspects of each. So when you're working with air, like we talked about earlier, increasing your breath, reducing oxidative stress, anti-aging, it's very healing. Then we got fire, which represents power, vitality, transformation. And fire is the sacred fire, the holy flame of Source Creator, right? And fire can be associated with hellfire, right? That's where we can deep into the darkness where the light shines brightest. So when we're working with the fire element, we're activating heart energy, we're accessing the holy fire, the sacred flame. And while we're doing that, this is when I find that I started getting more remembering, because we start bringing source codes back to us. Because once we start doing this work, we'll access our source codes ourselves, and we start bringing in our own remembering. But when I do the fire, like I showed you one time how we were doing it, I just picture like the fire burns me. I just step out into the new. I break out of this slave programming body that was brought up to be, what you taught through with school and stuff. So you're kind of stepping out in the new. Step out of the fault. What's that? I said, step out of the programming of the false self. Yeah. So when I do sacred fire, I tap on the heart, because we have the Genesis God gene in behind the heart, right? So like I'm saying to myself, I'm activating the Genesis God gene within to bring my soul codes back. Well, then we got spirit and ether, right? So spirit connects to outside of the terrestrial realms. Astral travel, dreamtime societies, connect to your higher self, or altars in other dimensions. Because we work with all the four elements are here within this realm, right? That were bought for base reality. That's why I said they're real. But then we ether, it's everything else that's not here, kind of thing. So what I wrote after on that was connecting and working with the elements. We can master ourselves as earth dwellers while accepting that we are celestial beings. Master this energy from base reality. So when we can master this energy from base reality, I think that's how we can kind of bring that down, so we can see what's really here. I just picture everything kind of pixelizing and falling apart, and we get to see what's really there. Because I think we have wars going on in the sky that we can't see. Because a lot of times when I'm sleeping, I'll get visions of like these beings fighting in the clouds, and there's like bodies flying everywhere.
That's amazing.
I won't get into it. We talked about it last show, but I'm connecting with different angelic beings lately, and they're the ones that kind of got me into doing runes. Because, like I said, we're angelic humans, right? So we're here. We have like a higher self, and we have like our angel self, archangel. Then you can go up Seraphim, Elohim, whatever, right? Up back to the plethora, the primordial gods that we are. We if we draw the realm here and we put our intention into it, it just looks like a scribble on a piece of paper. But if you go up, it's becoming more physical in the other realms. Actually, it's like a physical thing that our higher self can behold, and to, you know what I mean? So it sends that energy. Be like us, if I had a rune, I picked it up and it had energy in it somehow that just automatically healed you. It's the same as what's drawn on the paper, because it's just sending the energy coming down to it, right? But runes were ancient runes. I didn't study them, and some people were trying to say you can't make new runes, but it was kind of the information I was got. Like if you wanted a rune, I would just make it for you for whatever it is you wanted, right? And each day you could focus on that, or else I could do some automatic writing, pick up things that person may need that I'm picking up on, and I'll draw the rune for them and almost add like a mini reading in with it.
That's cool. I love that. That's awesome, Jay. This is really dope. This is we're getting into all kinds of good shit tonight. This is a really good. This is a good episode. I'm trying to think. Do you want me to ask you some more questions, or it's up to you if you want to do readings, or it's whatever you want to do. Like let me see.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
whatever. I was just trying to look at the chat. I was just seeing if anyone was in the chat saying anything here.
Oh, I wanted to, before we get into that, guys, I wanted to play this. So, okay, Jay, I got an exclusive here tonight. Like, Nicole made me an intro for my podcast, and it's so dope, guys.
Yeah.
It's so dope. I want to play it for you guys, and then we'll play it, and then we'll come back and we'll react to it. But
Sure thing.
let me play. Let me see if I'm gonna hit play. And guys, you wait till you hear this. This is right up my alley, to say the least. This is, when I heard this, I was like, "Holy shit!" Wait till you guys hear this. It's so good. Like, I don't know.
Rob Khalil busting myths like ghosts in the night. Paranormal pros, secret space ops. Yo, we keep it real, no fright, no fright, no fright. Typical skeptical, seeking, never sleeping on the lies. Aliens, ain't no wacky black ops in disguise. From abductions to ancient scripts, we flip the script wide. TSP style, mile after mile, truth can't hide. Hold up, TSP crew assemble, we dismantle the fable. My lab's targeted souls breaking out of the stable. Dogman howling, Bigfoot prowling, cryptids in the mist. Mandela the fifth twist in reality, can't resist the twist. Soul trap snapping, reincarnation mapping, holographic dreams, near death visions.
Was that the whole thing? Is he muted?
Welcome to the typical skeptic podcast, where we dive deep, you decide, questioning the matrix, from UFOs where the shadows are known reside, Rob Khalil busting myths like ghosts in the night, paranormal pros, secret space ops, yo, we keep it real, no fright, no fright, no fright. Typical skeptical, seeking, never sleeping on the lies. Aliens, ain't no wacky black ops in disguise. From abductions to ancient scripts, we flip the script wide. TSP style, mile after mile, truth can't hide. Hold up, TSP crew assemble, we dismantle the fable. My lab's targeted souls breaking out of the stable. Dogman howling, Bigfoot prowling, cryptids in the mist. Mandela the fifth twist in reality, can't resist the twist. Soul trap snapping, reincarnation mapping, holographic dreams, near death visions, out of body missions, waking up the teams. No censorship here, we fear no elite scheme. Conspiracy kings ringing bells, hear the freedom ring.
Is he having technical difficulties? I think he's trying to get his intro to play. Rob, can you hear me? If so, I think you're muted. He is. Yeah, Jason, he's muted. Can you guys hear me right now? I was just gonna say, while Rob's muted, Cosmic Voices Phil said he's been trying to comment on the chat and it's not working. If anyone knows what's wrong, he wanted to come on my show and ask some questions.
Welcome to the typical skeptic podcast, where we dive deep, you decide.
Okay, so that's the best you're gonna get tonight, guys. Because like, I gotta get with Nicole and we gotta fix whatever's going on with StreamYard. It won't stop playing now. This is it. It won't stop playing. It won't. Maybe if I just leave StreamYard and I come back out, like. Oh my god.
on my labs, targeted souls breaking out of the stable. Dogman howling, big for prowling, cryptids in the mist. Mandela the fifth, twisting reality. Can't resist the twist. Soul trap snapping, reincarnation mapping, holographic dreams. Near death visions, out of body missions, waking up the teams. No censorship here, we fear no elite scheme. Conspiracy kings ringing bells, hear the freedom ring. The skeptic truth seeking, never sleeping on the lies. Extraterrestrials, interdimensional highs. Welcome to the typical Skeptic podcast, where we dive deep. You decide. You decide.
Sorry about that, Jay. Yeah, dude,
Okay,
I don't know what's wrong with StreamYard. You know, like it's always a problem with StreamYard. It never fails. Like, you know, like it's just fucked up. Can't do anything.
Okay.
Is it still playing? Hopefully, it's not still playing. Oh, maybe I can play it
No,
on
it's not
the.
playing now.
Did you guys hear it? Maybe I can play it on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know if it played the whole. Yeah, I don't know if it played it. We heard it. I just don't know if it played the whole thing or not.
Okay. Well, we'll refine it and we'll get it better. Well, once we get it better, we'll play it. But like, thanks for hanging in there with that, Jay. But like, yeah, we can go wherever you want. I just wanted to play that real quick, you know, because like she did an amazing job on it. Like the lyrics in that are like, dude, it sounds like someone like spit bars. Like that's how good the lyrics are. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
I was like, man, this girl got bars for days. Like, you know, like I was like, it's really that good. You know, once you guys hear it, like you guys got to give Coley some credit for it because she's amazing with those intros, man. Like you guys will see, we're going to play it and we're going to, you know, it'll be good. But anyway, did you want to do some readings, Jay? And we had a couple people donate and, you know, like, it's up. Did you still want to cover some stuff? I mean, we can cover some stuff too, you know, whatever you want to do.
Well, no, I covered a lot. I went to the 5 elements and I talked about my, you know, since I know people are on, they can come back and watch the replay of the show because, you know, like I said, I discussed a lot about what I do and what my healing course is. It's not really a healing course. I made it. It's a private YouTube playlist, right? I made it so people turn it into their own. I just give the tools for them to use their imagination visualization, but I explain important parts. But you make it into your own, right? The movements are just to help with the visualization and moving energy. So
yeah, I'm coming back in on my computer.
I explain a lot on my YouTube channel. Oh, gone again. Yeah, I got my book. I'll do like the Rune thing. I think people liked that last time. For Rob to come back on.
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time, Jay. You were saying you were on your YouTube, and then, you know, I just was switching back to my computer.
Yeah. No, I was saying we talked a lot about how I do the energy work to teach people. People, if they're just coming on, they can back watch the replay or go to my channel.
Yeah.
You know, the last 3 times I was on here, I talked a lot about my healing work. So
yeah.
But they can learn more there. I don't want to keep rehashing on that over and over and over. So they can go on my YouTube channel and watch all the videos. They ain't about healing.
No, I mean,
things about
and guys, yeah. So subscribe to Jay's YouTube channel. Jay's amazing, guys. Like he puts out amazing work for, you know, like, and like he does it to help the community. You know, like I always liked you, Jay. Like you always put out like good information, and you always just want to help people. You know, like.
See what I did?
Yeah. I
did put a price on it because people were saying if I'm giving it away for free, people didn't find no value. But it's a lifetime. Yeah. It's lifetime access, and I'm always adding to my private playlist. I'm not adding too many videos because I want people to try to master themselves through each part.
Jay, there's nothing wrong with that. You're cutting out. It's an energy exchange. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I look at it. Like, I mean, you put out that information. I was going to say, I don't see anything wrong with you charging for it because it's an energy exchange, and you don't even charge that much. You know? No,
it's $75 for lifetime access to the private playlist, but I was looking up like even Qi Gong stuff. Like for some of the basic stuff that I've been teaching, I've been seeing courses on YouTube for like $1,200. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's crazy. You know.
Okay, so what I'll do first,
you know, like
what I want to do first is last time people were asking for runes and they told me what they wanted. So I just want someone to put in the chat, I want a rune, and I'll channel the information for them this time.
Well, we got
Instead of
two
them
people who we got two people who donated. We got Aaron Clem who wanted a reading, and then Jason Hartman wanted a reading for Selena. I think he usually gets them for Selena. I'm not sure. Jason, can you tell us in the chat? Do you want the reading for you or do you want it for Selena? You know, and then I can get to Aaron Clem. Do you want me to pull their name up on the screen? Like,
Yeah, sure.
Like I do with other people. Okay. Yeah, I got to go to the beginning for Aaron Clem. Well, let's do Jason first. Like, you know, and it could be. I gotta want to see if he wants for him or Selena. I'm not sure. Like if it's for Selena. So it's okay. Is Selena in the chat, or do you want me? I can just put up Jason's avatar. You can tap into them. They're basically together. So you know, yeah, you know. So I'll just put up Jason's avatar for now, and I'll search for Aaron Clems, and those were the two people that donated. And then, however you want to do it, Jay. You know.
Okay, I'll do Selena first. It takes me a few minutes.
Yeah, I remember you doing this last time. It was fun. It was really fun, guys. And you don't have to donate to get one of these guys. Like, I don't want to make it like that. You know what I mean? You can just put your name in the chat if you want to rune, you know, and we'll try to get to it. It's easier for me to get to the donations because, like, you know, I can see who, you know, it pops up. You know what I mean? But like, you don't. If you really want one, you know, like, we'll get you on. You know, that's the whole. I gotta pull up the chat on my phone because this is
Okay. I had to scribble it out. Now I got to draw it for her. It was interesting. Let's see if you can see this here. You guys see that?
That's amazing. What does that mean, though? Like,
Okay, so
what is it like?
That's her rune. I can draw a better picture for her and Facebook Messenger to her so she can keep it with her. But that there, I didn't usually people ask for it, like if they want like abundance or healing. So that one there, I channeled that one through the information that I was picking up for her. And let's see what I had here. Well, basically that one there is it's that's needed for her to connect to her psychic powers. That's coming down from her higher selves to access her psychic powers. More so for her inner work, right? In empowerment, so she can step out and be a powerful being that she was to access ancient powers. Not really powers. She had ancient energy from like times of Lemuria, where she was kind of like a. Back then they called them like high priestess, and when she was working with people, like they were more straight. She was like a 12-strand. Were in Lemuria teaching healing at the time, so people they reviewed them as gods, but they weren't really gods, right? But people were so primal at that point because there was a lot of still like higher DNA and S, but they were like 3, 4, 5 strand. She was part of the 6th strand, so people were kind of worshiping her as like a god. And they were teaching the ancient mystery school stuff back then, so she's carrying that energy in with her right now. And that rune was coming from her angelic higher self, so that energy is trickling down, so she can start doing some more work on herself to access that empowerment.
I love that.
So that's what I got for that one.
I love that. That's amazing. For this next one, we're not going to be able to pull up the avatar unless Aaron, if Aaron Clem, are you in the chat? Like if you could put a comment in the chat so I could pull up your name here, you know, and then I'll just go down the list of anybody else who wanted one. So her name's Aaron Clem, and I'm not sure if she had a question. Or maybe you could just freestyle whatever you get for her, you know. Selena said, "Thank you, Jay." Michelle, do you want one too? You want one? Michelle says
How far
conjunction
back was
junction.
Aaron?
What's your function? That's hilarious. Aaron was at the
How far
very
back?
beginning. Like I tried to pull up her, but she didn't put anything in the chat. She donated like right at the beginning of the show. You know, she
Okay,
must
I was,
have
I was
thought we
just
were
wondering.
doing readings right at the beginning.
Yeah, I was just wondering if she was still on here at all.
Yeah. Well, she could always watch it back later. You know what I mean? Plus, I think she donates just to support too. You know, like she's a pretty cool person. You know, I mean, but I think she'll definitely appreciate the reading. You know, like
Yeah. Okay, I'll work on that one right now.
so. So guys, while he's working on that, let me see who all wants a reading. So Michelle wants one, and Spiritual Ascension wants one. I got both you guys. Does anybody else want one that I missed? Like while Jay's working on this, like, Angela Collum, do you want one? Oh, Andromedan wants one. Kids Allow, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to donate. If you want to donate, you can. You know, Collective Awakening wants one. Man, we got a lot of people who want them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Draw this out a little better here.
I'm just gonna pin this to the thing.
Should have drew it bigger, but it's the one under the bottom. Just, if you can see the one down right there.
I love that. Now, what does that represent, Jay?
Here. Let's see. That one there represents she needs some healing energy to the stomach area.
Wow. Okay.
What I picked up on it is she needs more grounding. There's a little bit more grounding that needs to be done. It's like how she's being too busy in the mind, maybe not physically busy, but too busy in the mind, but to go into the void a little more, do more walks, more breathing, connecting with connecting with the element of earth, right? Because what I was feeling was when I was drawing that, I was getting information of the stomach problems may be coming if you don't have it now. Like it was, because we can have problems that will manifest a month down the road, or a year down the road, or a day down the road. Once we have that blockage there, right? We don't know when it's going to happen. So it's connecting with the element of earth to fix a potential stomach problem. On a more spiritual level, it has to do with like the busy mind and grounding. Like a lot of times I pick up stuff that they need, right? This isn't trying to tell her that she's going to win money or anything. You know, like how some people want like that, but that was like information I'm picking up on about herself and what she needs to do.
Yeah. I get that. I hope that resonates with you, Aaron. And again, that reading was for Aaron Clem because we couldn't find your name in the chat. You know, the next person is
like, but she had a busy mind.
ahead.
But I'm saying she's having a lot of spiritual things happening, but it's okay to acknowledge that, but don't put too much focus on it. Try to bring it back into the body. That's kind of the message I got as well with that.
Yeah. Dana Krieger. Let me see if Dana's in the chat. Dana just donated. Thanks, Dana. And okay, she said she says whatever her team or higher self needs to know from your runes.
Okay.
Hey, Susan. Good to see you. Susan Long's in the chat. Good to see you, Susan.
Oh yeah, I like Susan. Watch all the shows you guys do.
Yeah, I love Susan. She's awesome.
Okay, now I'll try to draw this out. Slide here. I'll make it bigger. Let's get more paper. This pen's bleeding through. Okay, I got it. Okay, it's let's see here. This one's a little different, but that's it.
I love that.
So I said, whatever my team or higher self feels I need to hear or see today. Okay, yeah, this one here was I don't know if she knows that or she has any kind of lucid dreaming, but she's accessing her Dreamtime societies. She's going out to, I'm just going to say 4th and 5th dimension. I'm not sure if they're dimensions or not, but I'll just call that for lack of term. And she's accessing what she may experience as ET experiences, but what she's doing, she's bringing her Pleiadian higher self consciousness here. Her cells are vibrating to get memories from her Pleiadian self, which is also a female in Taygeta Pleiades. And they're having their own experience on that planet. They're not like getting on a ship and coming here to save us ones, like that kind of channel. Like they're having their own experience, and they're trying to liberate themselves from some type of a Draco control that's going on that planetary system. But her Pleiadian self is like not really more evolved, but higher DNA. And it's like her cosmic sister, right? Because it's coming from the same higher self. So it's an aspect, but not, it's kind of a separate entity, but think of it as being a sibling, right? Like a twin. You know how you can talk to twins? Sometimes they say they can be telepathic. So you want to send that message back to her that she's able to start having higher realm communications. And she will be accessing the timelines and astral realms more. If she ain't now, if she is accessing them now, that's great. She'll learn how to start getting her own messages, and she can call it like her higher self or whatever she wants to call it, right? But it's kind of like her cosmic sister of the Pleiadians, and it's not. She wasn't a Pleiadian in a past life, but it's part of that soul family lineage. So I hope that was okay for her. I pick up more of them. I'm trying to do them as mini readings so I can fit everyone in, right? But usually once I start with somebody, that could go on for like half hour. You know, I mean, for more information that comes in. I just want to try to get a little bit of information for each person, right? To get through this. Oh no! I threw my pen on the floor. Yeah, do you want to have any questions or anything, or?
But there's still
also,
people. There's other people who want.
Okay, I'll say if anyone has, if anyone needs like healings or energy scans or etheric chip removals or anything like that, we can do that as well. That's my main kind of thing. This Rune stuff is kind of new to me. Like I was having another astral. No, weren't astral. I told you last show I had these angels come and heal my lungs, and they were pissed off at me because I keep smoking and stuff. And they're like, "We're getting tired of healing you." And it was after that I had the angel Raziel come in, and I started seeing like runes in front of me at the time. So then I just started trying to write them down and see if I can't pick up information as it comes. So yeah, this is kind of new to me. They are doing this, but it's fun.
There was a question from Kitsalao. He said, "How do we get a lineage for soul families?"
How do we get them?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand the question a little better is all.
He says, how do you get a lineage for soul families? He said, I don't know. I don't know what he means.
Well, yeah, I don't know either. Like, I don't want to put this out as something I believe in, but I get that kind of for myself. But for other people, I just find it like just like doing the stuff I was talking about, like doing the energy work and stuff, and bringing the soul codes back. You'll start having your own remembering, right? Then you can start remembering, because a lot of times we forget, right? Then you can start remembering your dreams. I call it Dreamtime societies because they're real, right? Like a lot of these dream realms are real, and if we wake up lucid, we can start walking different realms and meeting other versions of our soul family there, and that's how I get the information, right? So just if I can teach people how to kind of access that for themselves, they can start doing it. Because there's a lot going on. We have false guides that tell us the wrong thing, right? Like we could be thinking we're getting right information about, say, soul family lineage, past lives, but we can have another being step in as a guide and kind of manipulate us, because it's like we're paying our energy to them, and they're stealing like 90 cents of our energy, I call it. So you got to be careful with that kind of stuff, right? But no, I just find doing the self work, like I do this mostly for myself, right? So I just think if you do the work that I'm talking about, people can start accessing that, like working with the fire element, where we're bringing source codes back. That's how we bring the remembering in, right? Because we start, like for me, when I was working with the fire element, I would go into like meditation, not meditation, I just go to sleep and stuff starts happening. And I'll start having memories of the eternal flame, bringing me back to like old versions of Earth where we were the ancient dragons, right? Because we were a lot of things as our consciousness. Like we were the ancient dragons. The dragons embodied Earth elements. Earth, like we are part of the ancient dragons and the Earth, because I was getting that, like I don't know which color, like different dragon societies took the form of the trees and rocks. Their consciousness went in it, and that's why we need to connect to Earth and ground, because a lot of that consciousness is our ancient soul shards and consciousness within nature, right? Because we are kind of like the tree, like our third eye is the sap, you know what I mean? And our root chakra is the root of the tree. And I can't remember, I wrote this down a couple weeks ago, I just can't find it. I had this information of how we use that to connect with, how our body works with connecting with the trees. I'll figure it out and put it on my channel. But it was interesting. I just can't. That just coming to my head now, but I can't remember what I wrote down about that. It's in one of my books. But yeah, like we were here as in the Electric Wars. I kind of see it like nothing new under the sun. Like we were all these things over time, but we don't have. I don't think we should be focusing so much on who we were in the past. We're here now. Like the messages I'm getting, like it's fine if you start getting memories and accessing that. It's great. We do want to know that, but I think people focus so much on that they forget about doing the work here. Then it makes it harder for us to remember, because we're not activating our body in the here and now. Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to think about that.
That's a really good point. I agree. Yeah. This was amazing, Jay. This was great. You know, I guess we could finish up here. You know, I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to cover? Or?
No, we went for quite a while.
Yeah, I wanted to get people. I didn't want you to have to do a bunch of more runes. It's like, you know, I don't want you to have to draw all day. You know what I mean? Like there were so many people that requested one. We can't get everybody. I'm sorry, guys. Like, you know, like we'll have Jay back on another time, and we'll have him do more for you guys. Like, you know, and then you guys can always contact him, you know, personally and reach out to Jay too. You know, I mean, like, sorry.
Yeah, like Jay. No, I was gonna say if anyone wants to go on my YouTube, subscribe and message me. I got my emails on there. How to get a hold of me? And I'm on Facebook as Jay Skyrunner.
Yeah,
I've been away. I've just been doing a few Qi Gong videos in the mornings, but I haven't been doing live shows or nothing lately. But everything we talk about in the last 3 shows, I have all that information that we talk about is on my channel if they want to learn more. Like
I want to access that Qi Gong. Remember you gave me access to the Qi Gong. I want to access it. Like I want to start doing it every day. You know, because I started working out. Right? No, if you could resend it to me, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's a private. It's an unlisted link, right? So
and then what we need to do is we can set up a promo code. If you want to set up a promo code, I can keep advertising it for you too. You know, like I can put it in with every, I would do that for you, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we went for quite a while tonight, so that's good. Like, I could have got in to show people one of the moves, but maybe another time we'll do that. Maybe another time I could go through like a couple things, get people to follow along, to feel the energy of how powerful it is. But yeah, if anyone wants like a full read, and they can reach out to me, because I can do it. I can do a few things. I can use runes or not use the runes, or I can do like the automatic writing for them, right? And it's whatever information I feel that's needed when it comes in. So I like doing it face to face with someone coming on with me. That's why I can detect their energy more. I usually ask them about their mornings, what they did in the mornings, because that's when we're still in dream time state. Usually when someone tells me about the first hour of the morning, subbed up in 5 minutes, I can start connecting to their dream time. And that's how I can start pulling in the information for them that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll send you the link. Just, yeah, I think I got about, I don't know, maybe 16 movements with stuff on there now. But
wow, that's amazing.
I just started putting my version of the elements on there. I put fire up, but I think this weekend I'm gonna try to put 2 more up, because we got carry handling. And we have quite a few. Well, not a lot, but I probably have 6 or 7 people that signed up, that's on there learning it.
Yeah.
And it's not just that. Like my level 2, I got to get someone to come on a video with me. I'm gonna demonstrate how to do this on other people, to use it as a modality to heal other people in person. Then how to do it distantly. I just pull up a hologram body when I do distant healing. So yeah, I'll have that. I'll have that on there too, so people can use it. And just if they want to do healing sessions on other, once they master their own chi, their own internal power, then they'll have that tool as well.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jay, for tuning in tonight. And thanks for doing the show tonight, Jay. And thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. And I'm gonna fix that intro, or I'm gonna fix StreamYard, so we'll play that next time. And have a good night, everybody. Until tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have more podcasts tomorrow, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for sure. And have a good night, everyone. Thanks, Jay.